Syrvivor Syracuse, Mind, Body, Soul, coming soon. All right, so welcome everyone. We are here with Season 3 Castaway. Karl, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Karl Moeglein. I'm going to be a senior at Syracuse this upcoming year. I'm a broadcast journalism major. I'm a philosophy minor. Super excited to play Survivor. I've watched it my whole life, and so this is going to be just a really fun experience no matter what comes of it.
Exactly. I'm really excited for you, man. Me and Carl have been good friends since freshman year, so very excited to see him play this game. And as a Survivor fan, also touches my heart. With that said, we are 10 days away from having this adventure start for you. Where's your head at?
It's interesting. I haven't gotten back to campus yet. I fly back. I'll be there on Wednesday, so I'll have a few days back. But I'm definitely nervous. I think a lot of it's just going to depend on who's in the cast, who's there. I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself because I just don't know what group I'm working with yet. And so for me, I'm just trying to focus, don't get too far out ahead, be friendly at the start, but I'm trying not to put too much pressure on it.
Exactly. Well, as a Survivor fan, talk about how exciting it feels to be playing this game, or to be so close to playing it, I should say.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think it's just fun to kind of go through some of the motions and take it seriously and just kind of do something special, especially in my last year of college. Like I've got nothing holding me back going into this. I'm not worried about some dumb thing I'm going to do or anything like that. I just want to go and have fun and hopefully make a deep run. I am pretty competitive, but I think it's going to be a challenge going ahead. So I think I just, got to take it 1 week at a time.
Fair enough. So with the first challenge being 10 days away and you probably walking in blind, like you said, you don't know who you're dealing with, who's on the cast. You walk into the location, you see these people. What's your game plan day one? Stay in the shadows, talk to everyone, be fake. What do you think?
It's obviously been rattling around. I know that I have to try to be basically as social as I can be. Like I just can't sit back for too long. It'll depend on if there is people there where I feel like I have a quick ability to work with. But more than anything, like I want to make sure I feel like part of the tribe. Because as much as I may want to go and play like the far out advanced game and go, full deep season Survivor strategy, I've also watched enough older seasons and just watched various shows like this. And I know that you really need to stay strong to the tribe, make yourself valuable to the group. And so for me, that's really where I'm starting out. It's how can I be a team player? How can I show everybody that I want what's best for the group and want what's best for whatever individual I'm talking to? Always have them in mind too. And that's really where I think it's going to start. But that begins obviously on day one with just being social, making those bonds. It's going to be different this season. Obviously, you can't just go and grab a cup of coffee with somebody. There's challenges that come with that. But I think that just means that innovative players and people who are creative with how they work through the game are going to be really successful. Oh, yeah. And I hope that I can have a step or two ahead of some of the other castaways.
Fair enough. I guess the next question is, as a Survivor fan, you probably are familiar with many things, many accomplishments that you could have during the season. What are some goals that you might have coming into it?
I don't think I can win an individual immunity challenge. Like, I don't even want to put that bar on me. I'm bad at memory. I'm bad at balance. Like, there's not a lot of individual skills that I fit well into. Maybe a scavenger hunt. That's like the one thing I feel okay on. But that would be a really fun experience. But I think more than anything, I just want to make jury. Like, that's the big line for me, is just like getting to that second stage of the game, making it through, getting to play an individual game. And I feel like if I get to that point, like I can give it my best shot, but I'll definitely be disappointed if I go out early.
No, you don't want to find an idol. That's not a goal.
Like if it happens, it happens. I think that idols can be really useful, but they also can cause more paranoia than they're worth sometimes.
Right.
And so we'll see. I also really like the idea. And if this came to fruition, I would be so happy. So it's not even just finding the idol. It's that I want to find an idol early enough so I can take the clue from it and make a fake idol wrapped up with the clue, because otherwise the fake idol's worthless. Like, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to buy it without a clue. But if I can get an idol or an idol clue from somebody, I don't really care. I'll help out.
Uh,
That has to happen, because I feel like that's the best way to trip somebody up, and especially somebody hasn't seen an idol yet. Like, I mean, if Ozzy can make a stick and convince somebody that it's an idol on a season of Survivor, I feel pretty confident that I can come up with something. So that'd be a fun scenario.
I feel that. We'll see. We'll see. I guess the next question I have is, yeah. So, what do you think is a strength that you want to really possess during your season, and also, what do you think could be a weakness that you want to hide during your season?
I think one of my strengths is I'm pretty good at social reads.
Okay.
And so I feel like I'll understand the group dynamic well. And I think that that's going to help me. And as long as I trust my gut, like, I think I can do well with that. I am a little worried that I can just be a little impulsive here or there, especially if I'm talking game, especially if I'm trying to like keep up one version of the truth. So I am a little bit worried that I'm just going to like trust somebody too much or do something like that. I could definitely see myself getting super pissed off because I overextended. Like, that's a big worry, is I'm just going to be all in on some people and I'm just going to get, blindsided right away.
Right.
That's definitely the concern in the back of my mind, is just like, we'll see if that works out.
Nice. Okay. So, say you do trust these people, and they backstab you, but you're still in the game. What is your next move? Do you trust those same people? Do you move on? Do you wear your emotions on your sleeve? What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's hard to say without all the various pieces, but I definitely don't want to burn bridges. I know that. I feel like I'll be okay at that. But I think the best thing is just, you keep your friends close, you keep your enemies closer. There's nobody I'm going to ever want to completely burn the relationship with. Like, I can be fake enough with people that I can keep, some type of friendship up. And if I have to tell somebody something doesn't bother me, like, I think I can get away with that. But it's way better than anybody thinking I have a vendetta. I definitely want to be really careful about revealing targets. I don't want to be letting out like who's on the top of my hit list. I want to be really careful about that. I think it's important to like plant clues along the way, for sure. Like, I think planting those little seeds as you go is a much better way to kind of control the flow of the game, because there's various parts that are flashy and easy, but I think that if you control the information, you're in a really good spot. And maybe that's because I've been watching Big Brother live feeds, but that's not the entire reason. So.
No, I like that. I like the information route could be very beneficial. I'll say that much. But yeah, other than that, so 3 months after this filming or this interview, whatever you want to call it, we'll be done with the season, and we'll have a season 3 winner. While I still have pregame Karl here, what do you want to say to your future self once the season's over?
I just, it's hard, but I think more than anything, I just want to be sure that I'm like happy with the game I played, that I played with confidence, that I played with my gut, and just, I don't want to go into this and be soft. And that doesn't mean obviously being a bad player, but it means figuring out ways to play hard and play smart at the same time. And if I go in and I was confident in my decisions and I had a plan, like, then I'm good at the end of this. I think my biggest concern is definitely getting caught up in the wind almost, and getting caught in the chaos, or I don't want to get, swap screwed. That would be, then I would hold you personally responsible, Luke. If I get swap screwed, I'm telling you, I'm coming for you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say there. Just don't get swap screwed, I guess.
Yeah, I'll work on it, all right?
But I guess that is a good point. I mean, of course you're not playing in the game just yet, but how do you stay the course? Or do you have any, like, I don't know, tips? Do you have any things that you think you might do just to take those extra thoughts out of your head, get that paranoia out of your head?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the information thing. Like sometimes it's just useful to see how information travels. So I'm definitely going to figure out like kind of useless things I can just kind of drop out and see if I like hear them pop up elsewhere or see if somebody comes back to me. Like I'll probably play around with that a little bit. And also, I'm not saying I'm a flipper. I'm not saying I'm definitely a flipper. All I'm saying is if the opportunity presents itself, I think it's important. I do think it's important that if there's a spot where I think the numbers are better on the other side, like I can take the heat, like I'll do it if I feel like I've got a landing spot, and I don't mind playing the middle. I would prefer a chaotic game if I'm being honest. Like I think I can navigate that really well. So I could definitely see trying to play up the chaos a little bit, as long as it's not tied to me too much. That's the key.
Nice. I like that. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But anyways, I think that's a good point. Do you have any closing remarks or shout outs do you want to give before we sign off?
Uh, Absolutely need to shout out my grandma, who my biggest fan, loves everything I do. She's going to be so excited about this, and I'm not planning to tell other castaways that I've watched Survivor as much as I have. So I'm telling them that it's because my grandmother likes it, which isn't a lie. It's just a lie by omission. So my game is both dedicated to her and based on a lie
Right.
about
It's not a Johnny Fairplay lie with a grandma.
no
It's a
no
Carl.
yeah, it's small, it's easy, but yeah, that's the plan. And I know no matter what she'll be proud of me. So I'm excited to have fun talking about her and bringing that up, and hopefully bonding with people by just being open about those little things and just
Right.
trying to find ways to make those connections.
All right. So there you guys have it. That's Carl. Shout out to Carl's grandma. But we will see Carl out there day 1 in season 3. You guys will see that soon. But we wish Carl the best of luck, and we'll see him out there. All right.